Are you ready to face a world where the rules have changed and the unexpected is the new normal? What if tomorrow brings a storm you never saw coming? Don't just stand there in the crosshairs of chaos. It's time to gear up, wise up, and rise up. We're not just talking about hoarding cans and locking doors. This is about forging an unbreakable spirit, a mind sharper than a razor, and a will that refuses to buckle. From transforming your home into a fortress to mastering the art of barter when money's just paper, we've got you covered. And when the grid goes dark, we'll show you how to be the light. In this hard-hitting video, we'll walk you through the essentials: food, water, shelter, and yes, even the mental game to keep you tough when the going gets rough. Whether you're a seasoned prepper or a newbie facing your first storm, we're here to turn you into a survival maestro. So buckle up, folks. It's time to embark on a journey of resilience, resourcefulness, and readiness. Stay sharp, stay smart, and let's get ready to tackle whatever curveballs the world throws our way. Welcome to Survival School. Class is now in session. All right, folks, hunker down for number 1 of our survival showdown: water securing your lifeline. When SHTF, water ain't just a nice to have, it's your lifeline in a world gone sideways. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of locking down your water game. To kick things off, we're talking hoarding H2O. Listen up. Aim for at least 1 gallon per head per day. Rocking a squad of 4, you're eyeing 120 gallons for a 30-day stretch. Scoop up those sturdy food-grade containers. Spread them out across your base for quick grabs. But what if your water stash dries up? Time to hustle with rainwater. Hooking up a rain barrel's easier than pie. Park it under a downspout and bam, nature's picking up the tab. But remember, this ain't straight-up drinking water. You gotta purify it first. Purifying water? Let's touch on that. Boiling's your go-to. Crank it up to a rolling boil for a hot minute to zap the nasties. Or play the chemist with bleach or iodine. A few drops per gallon, give it a swirl and let it sit for half an hour. Don't sleep on portable water filters. These bad boys are clutch. They kick bacteria, parasites, and other gnarly stuff to the curb. Some even show viruses the door. Tuck a couple into your emergency kit for when you gotta improvise. And don't forget, in a survival situation, water's like gold. Conserve it like you're the last person on Earth. Only use it for drinking, cooking, and staying clean. Got leaks? Patch them up right away. When society's off the rails, every drop counts. Number 2, building a crisis-proof pantry. All right, squad, we're beefing up your pantry into a fortress of sustenance. This ain't just about snacking, it's about surviving when everything else falls apart. First things first, non-perishables are your new best friends. We're loading up on canned goodness: beans, veggies, fruits, and meats. They're your nutritional powerhouses and can hang out on your shelf for ages. And grains? We're talking rice, pasta, oats. These bad boys are the MVPs of filling bellies and lasting practically forever when you store them right. But let's keep it real. You don't want to be munching on bland eats day in and day out. Jazz it up with dried fruits, nuts, jerky. These are your flavor bombs. Plus, they're jam-packed with energy and perfect for grabbing on the go if you gotta bounce. Here's the real talk. Protect your stash. Moisture and critters are your pantry's arch-enemies. Airtight containers are your shields. They keep your eats dry and bug-free. And where you park your supplies? Super important. A chill, dry spot is your pantry's happy place. Pro move: keep your stock rolling. Use the old stuff first, then backfill with new goods. Keeps everything fresh and nothing gets tossed. And don't forget about the cook-up situation. No power, no sweat. A propane stove or a solar cooker will keep you chefing like a boss. And never underestimate a good old manual can opener. It's low-key but crucial. Number 3, sanitation in survival situations. All right, team, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of staying healthy when the world's gone off the rails. This ain't just about smelling good. It's about keeping the Grim Reaper at bay. We're diving headfirst into keeping squeaky clean when everything else is falling apart. Top of the list, your first aid kit. This bad boy is your lifeline. Stock that puppy with the works. We're talking antiseptic wipes, heaps of gauze, a rainbow of adhesive bandages, painkillers, and don't skimp on those prescription meds. Toss in antibiotics and meds for an upset stomach too. You'd be surprised how fast a cut or a rumbly tummy can go south in survival land. Now, let's give it up for the unsung hero of hygiene, good old soap. Washing your mitts regularly could mean the difference between staying on your feet and being knocked flat by some nasty bug. Stockpile that bar or liquid soap like it's going out of style. And about water, you've got to keep it clean. A portable filter or purification tabs are key for more than just drinking. You need this stuff for cleaning boo-boos, washing your paws, and maybe even a quick splash bath. Don't forget your teeth. Dental woes can turn into a real pain in the neck when you're roughing it. Load up on toothbrushes, toothpaste, and floss. A toothache in challenging times is a special kind of hell. Toilet paper, the unsung hero of comfort. When it's MIA in stores, you'll be thanking your lucky stars you stocked up. If you hit the end of your roll, wet wipes or a makeshift bidet can save the day. Ladies, let's talk. Make sure you've got your bases covered with tampons, pads, or menstrual cups. In a world of chaos, these aren't just nice-to-haves. They're must-haves. In a world gone haywire, keeping clean isn't just a luxury. It's a must to stay in fighting shape. So gear up on health and hygiene to keep the nasties at bay. Stay sharp, stay sanitized, and stay alive. Number 4, energy alternatives and solutions. All right, survivors, let's light this candle. When the grid bites the dust, you gotta be the master of your own juice. We're diving into the thick of keeping your world electrified when everything else is a blackout zone. First off, solar power. It's like striking gold. Portable solar panels are your silent warriors in the energy game. They don't need gas, just some good old sunshine, and bam, you're charging everything from your smartphone to your fridge. Find a sunny spot and let the sun do its magic. Now, generators, propane ones, are where it's at. They're lean, mean, and cleaner than their gas-guzzling cousins. Propane's also got some serious staying power on the shelf. But hey, keep it down and outside, because carbon monoxide ain't no joke. Hand crank and solar radios. These babies are your lifeline to the outside world. News, weather updates, emergency broadcasts, they've got it all. And bonus, a lot of them come with built-in flashlights or a spot to charge your gear. Batteries, you can never have too many. Stockpile these like they're going out of style, especially the rechargeable ones. Toss in a solar charger and you're golden. LED lights are your beacon in the storm. They're power misers and last an eternity compared to old-school bulbs. Stock up on LED flashlights and lanterns and you'll never be left in the dark. And here's the kicker: staying warm or cool. In winter, know how to bunker down and keep the chill out. In summer, figure out how to cool off without cranking the AC. Think blackout curtains or window reflectors. Simple but game-changing. From solar panels to LED lights, you've got the power to shine bright in the darkest times. Stay charged, stay luminous, and stay on top of your game. Number 5, fortifying your living space. All right, folks, it's crunch time. When the world's gone off the deep end, your crib needs to be more than just cozy. It's got to be a veritable fortress. Let's break down turning your pad into a stronghold. First things first, doors and windows. These ain't just pretty features, they're your front line. Beef up your doors with some serious locks and deadbolts. Think about adding a barricade or security bar for that extra oomph. Windows, beef them up with security film or bars. This is about sealing the fort from the crazy outside. Now let's talk about eyes in the sky, surveillance. A tight security setup can be your best bud. Cameras, motion detectors, alarms, they're your digital watchdogs. And hey, if you're going DIY, rig up some tripwires with cans or bells for an old-school alert system. Lighting's key in the art of defense. Outdoor motion sensor lights can freak out unwanted guests and tip you off if someone's snooping around. Inside, have a backup plan for blackouts. LED lanterns, flashlights, maybe even some glow sticks to light up your space. The heart of your fortress? A safe room. We're talking a room with no windows, solid locks, stocked with the essentials: grub, water, first aid, the works. This is your Alamo when things hit the fan. Fire safety's no joke either. Smoke detectors, extinguishers, and a solid escape plan are your best defense against a blaze, turning your safe haven into toast. Last up, the perimeter. Fences, shrubs, and some smart landscaping can make your place a tough nut to crack. It's not just about keeping the bad guys out, it's about making your space a hard target for any kind of mayhem. Number 6. Gardening for survival. All right, survivors, when the world's in a tailspin and the grocery aisles are ghost towns, your backyard or balcony is gonna be your new best friend. We're talking about turning a little dirt into your personal food factory. First off, picking your spot is crucial. You need a place that's soaking up sun like a sponge. Aim for at least 6 hours of sunshine daily. And water? You gotta have a game plan, whether it's a hose in arm's reach or a nifty rain barrel setup. Next up, soil. It's the secret sauce of your garden. If your ground game is weak, think about raised beds or pots. Load them up with top-notch potting mix. Remember, super soil equals super plants. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of what you're planting. You want heavy hitters, potatoes, beans, carrots, and green machines like spinach and kale. These guys are nutrient powerhouses and not too fussy about growing. Herbs? They're your garden's secret weapon, adding zing to your grub and keeping pesky bugs at bay. Seeds versus seedlings. That's the big question. Seeds are easy on the wallet, but seedlings can put you in the fast lane. Whichever route you take, timing is everything. Do some homework on the best planting times for your neck of the woods. Watering. It's a delicate dance. Not enough, and your plants are toast. Too much, and they're swimming. The trick is regular, even watering. Crack of dawn is prime time, letting your green buddies drink up before the sun cranks up the heat. And let's touch on uninvited guests, bugs and critters. Natural tricks like planting marigolds can send bugs packing. For bigger moochers, think fences or netting to keep your greens safe. Number 7, staying safe in unstable times. All right, folks, when the world's spinning off its axis, keeping you and your crew safe isn't just smart, it's essential. Let's dive into the brass tacks of holding down the fort in these crazy times. Top of the list? Situational awareness. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. It's about being sharp, not shook. Scope out the exits wherever you are and have an escape plan that's locked and loaded. Now, let's rap about personal defense. Packing heat is an option, but only if you're trained up and clued in on the laws. Lock up those guns tight, especially if you've got kiddos around. But hey, firepower ain't the only play. Pepper spray, mean-looking tactical flashlights, or some solid self-defense moves can give you the edge. Pick what gels with you and what you can handle when the adrenaline's pumping. Securing your castle is big-time important. Beef up those locks, maybe set up an alarm system or get a 4-legged alarm. Yeah, a dog. Outdoor lights with motion sensors can scare off sneaky types, and security cams keep an eye out for you. In sketchy times, there's strength in numbers. Team up with your neighbors for a block watch vibe. Keep each other in the loop and eyes on the street. It's all about watching each other's backs. And don't forget, having a game plan for when things hit the fan is key. Make sure your family knows who to call and where to rally if you get split up. Drill that emergency plan so everyone's got it down cold. Stay sharp, stay safe, and stay ready for anything. Number 8, staying connected during disasters. When disaster throws a curveball and chaos reigns, staying hooked up with the world and your squad is everything. We're talking about keeping those lines of communication wide open, no matter how gnarly it gets out there. First up in your comm toolbox, a hand crank or solar-powered radio. This bad boy is more than just tunes. It's your hotline to emergency broadcasts and critical updates. Out of batteries? No sweat. These radios are built for the tough times when power is as scarce as hen's teeth. Next, let's talk walkie-talkies, your go-to for keeping tabs on your crew when cell towers are ghost town. Make sure your gang knows their ins and outs and set up some solid talk rules. Your smartphone? Still a lifeline in the chaos. Strap it with a solar charger or a beefy power bank. When the lines are jammed, shooting a text might just be your golden ticket. If you're really off the grid or things go south for the long haul, a satellite phone can be worth its weight in gold. They're not cheap, but they can be your only shout out to the world in no man's land. Social media and messaging apps. These are your digital megaphones. Places like Twitter and Facebook can be crucial for spreading the word and rallying help. But keep it straight. No fluff, just the facts, so you don't fan the flames of panic. And here's the clincher. Get your family emergency comm plan down pat. Pick an out-of-towner as your check-in hub. Nail down a rendezvous spot for when local lines are dead in the water and you can't buzz each other. Staying connected in a disaster isn't just about chit-chat. It's your safety net. In this wild world where knowing is half the battle, these tools are your lifeline. Keep those lines open, stay plugged in, and above all, stay safe. Number 9. Navigating a new economy. When the usual cash flow turns into a ghost town and credit cards are just plastic, welcome to the wild world of bartering. We're diving into how to ace the trade game when dollars don't do the talking. Rule number 1. Know what's hotter than a firecracker in a barter world. Forget just gold and silver. Everyday items are your new treasure. We're talking canned food, clean H2O, medical must-haves, and batteries. And hey, your skills? Worth their weight in gold. Fix-it know-how, medical chops, or a green thumb can be your ace in the hole. Time to prep with trading in mind. Stock up on stuff that'll be in high demand. Extra tools, seeds, or even those little luxuries like coffee or chocolate can turn you into a trading tycoon. Chin-wagging and haggling skills? Priceless. Be crystal, honest, and square in your deals. A little respectful bartering can turn a so-so swap into a win-win. But keep your eyes peeled. Not everyone's playing fair. Building trust is the name of the game. In shaky times, a solid crew of trade buddies can be your safety net. Start with your neighbors and slowly build out your network as you establish who's who in the zoo. Safety first. Always. Trade in spots where you're not out on a limb. If you've got to trade on your turf, make sure you're not flying solo and have a plan to keep safe. Remember, bartering ain't just about keeping your head above water. It's about stitching the fabric of community back together. Each swap is a chance to cement bonds, forge alliances, and lay the foundation for a new, cooperative world. Armed with the right goods, street smarts, and a fair play attitude, you can navigate this new frontier like a pro. Keep your wits sharp, your deals fair, and your community strong. Number 10. Staying strong in tough times. When the world's in a tailspin, keeping your head and heart in the game is as crucial as stocking up on beans and bullets. This is about armoring up your mind and soul for the roller coaster ride in tough times. First off, wrap your head around mental prep. It's not just about staying cool. It's about finding your inner zen amidst the madness. Practice some chill-out moves like deep breathing, meditating, or diving into a hobby that keeps you jazzed. Scribbling in a journal can also help you sort through the mental clutter. Setting up a daily routine is a total game changer. Even when things are topsy-turvy, a bit of the usual grind brings comfort. Nail down regular times for chowing down, catching Z's, and kicking back. It's all about bringing a slice of normal to the nutty times. Don't go it alone. Lean on your squad, family, friends, or fellow survivors. Spilling your guts and lending an ear can be crazy therapeutic. And hey, lending a hand to someone else can lift your spirits too. Knowledge is power, but don't OD on the doom and gloom. Constant bad news is a one-way ticket to freak-outville. Schedule some timeouts from the news and stick to the straight dope from trusty sources. Brace yourself for the emotional roller coaster. Feeling all the feels is part of the deal. Let those emotions ride, but don't let them hijack your mojo. Toughness ain't about dodging the feels, it's about steering through them. Last but not least, find that silver lining. Keep your eye on the stuff you can control, do a victory dance for the small wins, and keep the faith in your grit and guts. Remember, you've weathered storms before. You've got what it takes to ride out this one too. In a world that's gone off the rails, your mental and emotional toolkit is your secret weapon. Keep your mind sharp, your heart strong, and your spirit unbreakable. And that's a wrap, survivors. You've just been schooled in the art of thriving in a world that's lost its marbles. We've traversed the wild terrain of prepping, from fortifying your fortress to harnessing the power of the sun, and from bartering like a boss to building an ironclad spirit. Remember, this ain't just about stockpiling and hunkering down. It's about being the beacon in the blackout, the calm in the chaos. It's about weaving a safety net so tight that when the world throws its worst, you're ready to catch it and throw it right back. Whether you're a grizzled prepper or just starting to feel the tremors of uncertainty, take these lessons and build your fortress, both outside and in. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and above all, stay connected. 'Cause no man is an island, especially when the tides are turning. So keep your wits sharp and your resolve unwavering. And hey, don't forget to slam that subscribe button, ring the bell for the latest survival hacks, and drop a comment with your own tips and tricks. Let's keep this community growing stronger, together. Class dismissed, but the journey of preparedness, it never ends. Stay tough, stay ready, and remember, in a world of uncertainty, being prepared is the ultimate power play. Keep fighting the good fight, survivors.